Hello everyone, it's Eltinho here again, and I was planning to record this earlier, but as you all know, the patch notes were delayed and delayed and delayed. Where are the patch notes? What I want to talk here is how those nerfs might affect Wild. I think Standard is most covered by everyone else, so we have 5 nerfs and 10 buffs. And right off the bat, I want to say that those buffs, I don't see them affecting Wild at all. There was some people playing Death Rattle Demon Hunter, but the piggy going from 2-2 to 3-2 is not what's going to make the deck break out of the lower tiers. So yeah, I don't think any of the buffs will affect. So that's, if I'm wrong, you can you can call me later. Most important nerf that we had was, I think, for the format was Crabrider. For hand buff, you can have a big Crabrider from early hand buffs you played, and you can double attack on that turn, but you lose the face value you had when you we're just going buffing after with Head of a Dow, Conviction, and going face with Wind Fury. That's gone. So I don't know if you will stay with this card later. But yeah, I can see it's for now to be tested in hand buff. I think for hand buff it's still a valid choice. Maybe just going for Blue Gill Warriors and face damage, as I've seen Bodybuilder and other people going, is the way. But for Tip Murlocs, which was my deck, the one that was playing Crabrider for a great use, and for Murloc Shaman, it's not as good because it's harder for you to buff it and gain value from Wind Fury on the same turn. So I think it's not going so well there, and also it doesn't work with tip the scales. So I'm going to try different stuff for now. The second nerf that it's impactful is first day of school. It was changed for a tempo card to a value card. Yeah, I think for hand buff paladin it wouldn't be such a loss, because there you didn't need the card as much as a tempo card. I think Bodybuilder said on his guide that first day of school was like Crystology numbers 3 to 4. So I think hand buff paladin will still keep running that card for value and extra minions, but for other deck the hits is harder, so I think they might drop it in place of other cards. The third nerf was not what everyone was expecting. Everybody was calling on Cander's Flow, and what we got was Refresh Spring Water. This will hit the APM age. Anyone who has seen the latest Data Reaper report saw that they placed as tier 3, and while there was some outcry on the community, it's because it's a hard deck to play and can be countered, and everyone is running Neophytes and Lothabs, and so it's not an easy deck to play, so it was getting pushed away. Another nerf that we got was Main Creek, but that was a card that was barely played in Wild. And the last one was Hysteria, which hits Big Priest, Raza Priest, Rhino Locks, and all Cube Locks and all those decks, and make Dark Glare life a bit easier. And that's where I want to get. Dark Glare wasn't hit by at all by the nerfs. Blizzard has been restraining to nerf Wild cards. Most of the nerfs we got are what I call indirect nerfs, because they were nerfs of cards that were playing Standard and also were playing Wild. But I think the last Wild nerfs that we got were to the first nerf to Hysteria to end the Tiller combo, and then Dark Glare. Yeah, the early Dark Glare nerf, and then the nerf to Snip Snap. Yeah, I think lately they had only been nerf Warlock decks. But yeah, Dark Glare got a free pass. Hand Buff Paladin will still be one of the top tier decks. APM I think will drop a little, and that will open room for what it was pushing aside, like Big Priest and stuff like that. Jade Druid's another deck that couldn't beat APM Mage, so those are decks that are going to show up a little bit more. But Dark Glare is the clear winner here. Not only it didn't got hit at all, but Hysteria, which was a card it had problem playing against, is gone. It's not gone, but it's not as efficient as it was. Sometimes you can deploy a full board on turn 3, they cannot answer because Hysteria just got a little too late to solve that board. That's how I'm looking at the meta right now. I think Dark Glare will be the clear dog, and what you should attack against. Then Hand Buff Paladin to me will still be the second one. It was the first one. It will drop a little in power, but I think it will be sharing Dark Glare top spot. And then you see what will rise. Secret Mage was having a nice time because it was countering APM Mage. Might have some trouble handling Dark Glare, so I don't know if it's on a good spot. I think Big Priest is a winner because it's a tough matchup for Hand Buff Paladin and was being held back by APM Mage, so that's a deck that's going to get some space. Control decks, in a sense, can breathe a little easier with less APM Mage running around. But I think that the great problem will be the abundance of Dark Glares running around. And for my deck, I'm gonna test some things. I think I might go back to Leroy or Arcane Golem, because those are cards that can push face damage against Dark Glare. I don't know how I'll replace Crabrider. Maybe I'll go a little bit high with Fish Flyer, or maybe with the Red Gill Warrior or whatever it's called. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to finish Legend in Standard before I tackle again on Wild. But there was one card that I think that's being really underrated right now. That's the Firewatch Post. After the nerf, people just dropped playing it, and Death and Tax was kind of forgotten by everyone, and it was a deck that was playing okay, and then people just forgot it existed. But I've added Firewatch Pulse to my deck as a tool to fight APM Mage, but it was helping a lot, and I mean a lot, really helping against Warlock. I was kinda splitting even with Dark Glare and have a really bad time against Reno Warlock and other control decks. And after I started playing the Watch Post, and I kept playing them even after the nerf, the matchups against Warlock were still good. So I think there's something there, because if they don't have any straight answer when you play, you just cripple their hero power, and most of their game plans is about drawing a lot of cards in the early turns. So if you can mess with that, they get a lot less appealing when their drawn cards are getting extra costs. So that's my suggestion. I think people are sleeping on Firewatch Posts, and with a Dark Glare meta coming ahead of us, I think it's a card you can think about on your builds. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel, and let's keep more gurgling.